Screw it. I said let's go ahead and go live like 30 seconds early. If you are up on here, appreciate you being here in the beginning. If not, it's cool. Purpose of the live stream tonight, guys, is kind of like talking ball, just chilling. My wife is not here. She is house sitting for some friends. So I'm sitting here with the dog, just chilling. So if y'all want to talk ball or just watch me and other people talk ball, it's cool. Whatever you want to do. I do have some things I want to talk about, but it's very loose, not scripted, other than just some questions. A couple of things. If you have questions, make sure you put them in the comments. But if you're just planning on watching, sign in. Let me know where you're at. So name, your school, position you coach, and then we'll get rolling with the check-ins. If you want to come on and talk, okay? If you have me on Twitter, DM me on Twitter, okay? I will have my phone right here with Twitter open, and I can send you the link to join. All right. I'm not putting the link out so random people will join. Okay. I know Coach Courtney Brown Jr. is going to be joining us in a little bit. Y'all should know him from the young ball coaches. It's my boy. So he was like, "Yeah, come on and talk." Let's see. Coach Corey Adams at North Forsyth. What's going on, B-Dog? Got a conference rival in the chat, but right now it's still off season, Coach. So we it's all love. Okay, it's all love. Let's see. Coach K, the running backs, Wakefield High School in Arlington, Virginia. Heck yeah, I got a lot of love for local coaches, and when I call local is obviously North Carolina. So Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Tennessee. Those are my local coaches. Okay. Coach, I butchered your name last time on the live stream. Milan Gotcher. I'm gonna call it Gotcher, Coach Gotcher. O-line, D-line, Front Royal, Virginia, Skyline High School. Heck yeah, more local guys. Omar Lopez. Okay. O-line coach Los Cobos in Mexico. Not a local coach, but we still love you, Coach. Love our international guys. Coach Brad Van Horn, South Point, Rock Hill, South Carolina, local coach. Dude, South Point's the truth down there, man. They're a truth. Shout out to Coach Van Horn. And then Coach Meyer, the OL coach at Mississippi Delta Community College. Shout out to you, Coach Meyer, staying on the grind and not giving up and finding you a home, man. I love it. Coach said that works. Awesome. So obviously I butchered it, but he said it works. Guys, share out the stream. Let's try to get some guys in here. If you haven't, go ahead and like the stream. Okay, go ahead. You've already been commenting, so that's great. If you haven't subscribed, go for it. We're at 617 subscribers right now. Make sure you do that for me. But go right now and share it to Twitter. Share it wherever you want to, right? Coach Rick Kramer, head coach and OL coach at Edward Little High School in Auburn, Maine. Okay, not a local coach, but we still got love for the Northerners in the New England area. Like I said this last time, but one of my head coaches was from Maine. It was John Keppel at Tallwood High School in Virginia Beach. He's from Maine. Guys, we're just right now we're just checking in. It's been 4 minutes so far. Right now I got some time allotted to the check-ins. Share out the stream. If you don't know me, I'm Coach Ian Tatum, offensive line coach and offensive coordinator at Walkertown High School in North Carolina. Just took the job in, I guess, February. So really excited for upcoming. Let's see. Cool. Said Coach K. I started coaching with Coach Martin at Stewart High School in 2016. So I guess y'all know each other. Cool. I love the dialogue. Y'all talk to each other in the chat, man. While we have some guys on here, I want to talk about like some future goals of some guys. Kind of want to see where everybody's at, right? I see a lot of position coaches, some coordinators, obviously some head coaches. I just want to see what some future goals of y'all's are, personal goals. not really for your team this season. What are your personal goals? What are you trying to get out of coaching, man? For me, my goal was to be a coordinator. Now I'm here, so I guess my goal is to keep it and shine and and grind every day to keep my position, right? Just like competition on the football field, just trying to keep my spot. But I love the staff we've got here at Walkertown. I'm getting texts left and right. Appreciate it, Coach Adams, for sharing that out and just tagging me in it. Yeah, tag me in your stuff, guys. But yeah, my goal forever is to be a coordinator. And now that I'm a coordinator, I want to try and keep it. But then I do want to be a head coach. I want to be a head coach in many, many years, right? Because I don't want to deal with them headaches right now. I've seen head coaches have to deal with those headaches in a little bit. Coach says he wants to be a coordinator at some point. No doubt. No doubt. My guy, Coach Nigel Pearson at Spring Valley High School in South Carolina, in the Columbia area. For you guys, South Carolina coaches that have joined so far in the Columbia area, shout out to Coach who took that job. Going to do a fantastic job down there. Wealth of knowledge right there in that man. Let's see. Coach Tyler Gutwin. OL coach, Green Bay West, Wisconsin. Not a local guy, but still got love for him, though. Wisconsin. I'm just going to assume you're a Packers fan. That's really the only thing I can really talk about. Wisconsin, right? Cheese, I guess. Guys, if you want to come on and talk, DM me on Twitter. Okay, I'll send you the link. You can get on here and talk with me. Right now, we're just doing check-ins. But yeah, future goals, guys. Let me know your future goals. Like I said, I don't have a timeline on when I want to be a head coach. I just know it ain't right now. Says, nope, I'm a Colts guy. All right, well, I mean, do you, man? Are you from Indiana, or are you just Peyton Manning fan or something? You just always been a Colts guy? Let's see. I'm just enjoying the grind and process right now. The goal, short-term goal, coaching, position coach in the Big Ten. Okay. All right. Long-term goals, head coach in the Big Ten. But really just trying to be big time where I'm playing it. Heck yeah, bro. Heck yeah. That's what you got to do, right? Like, you got to grind every day to be the best you can where you're at. But I like you got big goals, no doubt about that. But the wrong shooting high. Coach, you got something from Indianapolis. See, yeah, makes sense. I got you. All right. Right now, I'm gonna kind of talk about who saw my video today. Who saw my video from today? Kind of looking at the power toss read Gus Malzahn ran at Auburn. If you saw it, hit like on the video or just be like me. But kind of talk about a little bit about Coach Corey Adams, be an OC, get my master's somewhere that will allow me to be a GA and try to break into the college game. I like it. I like it, Coach. I love it. Coach Banton, OC and O-line, Jefferson County. Jefferson County where, Coach? There's a lot of Jefferson counties. Or something Jefferson. I know there's like West Jefferson, North Carolina. No, that's not them. But I know there's probably like a Jefferson, Tennessee. Holla at me where at Jefferson County. But yeah, in my video, I talked about Gus Malzahn. I kind of talked about who are your kind of influences in coaching, I guess. And, obviously I have like high school guys that are like my mentors and stuff. Like I talked about Coach Pearson and Coach Raymond Colston and a couple of guys from there. Oh, okay. Wow, I was totally off. Monticello, Florida. My bad, Coach. Let's see. Coach K, collegiate head coach or professional OC. Man, shooting high. I love it. Hey, if you shoot high, maybe you'll hit, where you need to be. But do you, man? Goal is to put my staff and players in the best position to develop and succeed. Guys, if y'all never heard it before, that is a head coach answer right there. Straight up head coach answer. I love it, Coach Kramer. But anyway, back to what I was saying, your coaching influences, more like your college influences. It's really like a coordinator question, but like even if you're like a position coach, say you coach DBs, Like what DB coach do you kind of follow, kind of emulate? Or like for me as an OC or online coach, what are the coaches you kind of like study, right? And I talked about Gus Malzahn, head coach at Auburn and at UCF now, and then Lincoln Riley, coach at Oklahoma, now USC, and I talked about but Tony Anise at Ferris State. They do some great stuff, gap scheme wise, quarterback run wise, that I really like. So those are the guys I kind of follow. I just love college football in general. So I watch a lot of different football, a lot of different offenses. Right, I love Air Force. I love what Air Force does because they're not like strictly like flex bone, triple option. They'll like getting some spread sets. Still trying to run the triple option, but they'll kind of like did some funky formations that I really love. So who are some of y'all's influences that y'all like to watch? Not necessarily your favorite teams, but some coaches that y'all kind of follow. And holler at me about that. And again, if you want to come on and talk, DM me on Twitter. I haven't gotten any DMs, I don't believe. Let me see. Like that. Heck yeah. Let me know who some of your influences are. I'm really big into formations. I love formations. I don't want to have 100 plays, right? But I want to get close to 100 formations sometimes. That's big for me. But making it simple, right? So right now, what I'm doing, and I'm not really giving away any trade secrets, but because everybody does this stuff. And so when guys are like, oh, secrets, so I don't want to share nothing, right? Everybody's doing the same stuff, right? So who cares? But what I'm trying to do is trying to simplify my formation so it's really easy and I can get really multiple, right? Let's see. Alex Gibbs, love it. Rick Trickett are the most studies for offensive line. Love what Ferris State is doing. D2 in West Michigan. Yes. Coach, have you watched Coach Troy Taylor and them talk to Rick Trickett? Really good podcast. Go check it out if you need to. Coach Bristol Cliff Kingsbury. Yep. He coaches a huge Kingsbury guy. Coach Darius Brooks, Joe Austin of Southwestern University. All right. Where is Southwestern University at? Let me know. I can look it up, but I'd rather you tell me, right? So I have to keep it rolling. Coach K, Kyle Shanahan. Man, if you ever get a hold of some Kyle Shanahan playbooks, man, it is so wordy. I mean, works for them, obviously. He's one of the best OCs and best offensive minds in football. But it's the West Coast system, right? It is straight up wordy, right? But it works, right? YouTube user doesn't really tell me who you are, but Coach Lime Grover from Kent State, cool. I don't know Coach Lime Grover, but that's awesome. Coach Van Horn, Lincoln Riley all day. Love how many variations he has a GD counter. Me too, Coach. We're gonna talk a little ball today. Trust me, I have some stuff drawn up, and then GT counter, like obviously my bash stuff that I love that I posted on Twitter before is on there. So yeah, many variations. He has the GT counter, especially pass setting the tackle when they run it to a two eye side, to get the 5 technique into a rush lane to kick him easier. Yes, sir. Lincoln Riley he's brilliant. Southwestern University is in Georgetown, Texas, D3 school. Awesome. I love lower levels of college football. I'm gonna write that down. Southwestern University. I want to check them out. I'm not bullcrapping. I really am writing that down. D3. And then run and shoot, Miles Davis, June Jones, and currently AJ Smith with the red or Roughnecks. Yes. Run and shoot's a little bit over my head right now. I kind of dive into it a little bit, just kind of learn basics, but it's kind of over my head. Like I can understand it, but I don't think I would be able to teach it very well. But yeah, run and shoot's great. If you know how to teach it and you know everything about it, run and shoot's dangerous. Let's see. Anybody else talking about me right now? I appreciate the guys that have who tweeted out Coach Nelson and Coach Adams for doing that. I appreciate you, big dog. Especially Sean McVay, Matt Canada, their fly sweep motion stuff. Yeah, Coach and Matt Canada, especially when he was at Maryland and other places in college, he'd have like 7 motions and shifts before he would snap the ball. Right, so they would come out, line up. I know you know this. I'm just saying this in general. If you ever watch, everybody else, you ever watch Matt Canada? He's not really with the Steelers right now because it's pro stuff. But when he was like, especially when he was at Maryland, they'd shift like 3 times before they run the play. That's a little much for me, but I do love shifts and motions. So, and Sean McVay he's the man. He's the man. Pit power read variations, yes sir. Power read was our deal at North Rowan. For everybody that doesn't know, Coach, I kind of have coined the phrase with people. I say, you know, North Rowan with Coach Pearson, we ran counter and power every way but backwards, and guys kind of get a laugh out of that. Yep, when Canada was at Pitt, yep. Let's see. Yeah, we run every way but backwards. And I'm sure I bet we could probably get yards on it backwards too. Yeah, guys, like I said, holla at me if you want to join and talk. Don't be shy. Come holla at me. Like it's no competition. We're gonna talk and get better. I don't know everything. I'm trying to learn something. All right, I'm gonna share my screen, and I also want to go over a couple plays that I kind of drew up. And I want to just kind of show some stuff. Share screen, and we'll go this one first. All right, I'm hoping that y'all can see that. I'm gonna pull y'all up on my phone and just make sure that you can. Because even if you comment, it won't do any good. Yep, you can see that. Okay, cool. So I don't want to show that one. I want to show this one. Okay, so right off the bat, this is just the GT counter with the bash read. Okay. I wish there was a way that I can hold on. Can I do y'all can still see me. Okay. All right. Let me see. Y'all can still see me. Okay. Yeah, but I'm on the wrong one. Let's see. Right. Stop sharing that one. Bear in mind, bear with me, guys. Don't hate. Stop sharing that one. Bear in mind. Yeah, you can hear that. Let me turn it down. All right, there we go. Bash, cool. So GT counter bash with the running back going away and the quarterback reading this end right here. All right. Obviously, if he goes out, quarterback's going to shuffle, and pull it and run GT counter. Okay. If he crashes down, we're going to hand it off and get outside. But I have some a pre-snap screen. Okay. So if I like the leverage, if this Sam is starting to come down and be nosy in the box, right? And they're going to try and play the strong safety over top on number 2, or even if he's tight or he's playing over top over here, okay? Give the quarterback free access to pull it and throw the smoke screen. It's in the wide of the corner, okay? Or if the corner's playing, if he's bailing, okay, it's in the wide of the strong safety because I really have a corner tackle somebody. And the Z's taking a step up and he's coming back towards the quarterback, almost like a tunnel. Okay, because the H is still getting outside regardless. Okay, so it's like a tunnel right there. If you don't like it, run the play. Right, this is a pre-snap deal. All right, so if it is obvious he's playing back, boom, throw it to the Z. If not, run the play because I want to run the play like straight up. All right, so hand the ball off front side. We're going to arc the tackle to the overhang, lead the 4-eye to get kicked, double the nose, the backside linebacker, trap the end. And then tied off the double team off the nose for the front side. And some of y'all like, Coach, you know, what if the free safety comes down? Okay, then he has to beat him. Okay, straight up. Like I can't draw up everything to block every single person, right? Our athletes have to beat somebody, beat the safety, right? Run over his butt and keep going. All right. So let's go to the next one. Appreciate it, Coach. Fanning, arcing, the front side tackle versus front. Love it, Coach. Heck yeah, Coach. I mean, we did that in North Carolina a lot. Gets odd front. All right, let's go to the next one. No. Yeah, this one here. All right, should be flood. All right, flood's on the screen. Let's make sure. All right, so we got flood right here. Just basic flood, right? Backside post on sprint out game. Number 3, it's got the flat, right? Or whoever. These letters don't mean nothing to anybody, right? Whoever's on the line doesn't mean anything to anybody. It's just whatever your preference. But number 3 is going to run like he can run a flat. He can run like a 5-yard like flat right there. Okay, number 2 is going to run. It could be however your distance you want it, right? Just make sure your guys know it, right? So he's running. This is a 10-yard out. That's really deep. But if you want to be an 8-yard out, 6-yard out, whatever you want, just make sure the whole levels work out together, right? So right now I have this as a 4-yard, like little flat route, 10-yard out, and then an outside mandatory release on the fade, right? Okay, protection, sprint out protection. So we're reaching and running. The running back has the overhang player. Tackle's reaching. He's not going to get to this overhang unless the overhang comes down. He'll take him. Otherwise, he'll just turn back on this end, right? And then the backside guys are creating a wall, right? So the center is going to reach and create a wall, and they're going to funnel back for anything backside pursuit. Backside post, it's just because it's sprint out. We'll probably never throw that backside post unless you call it. Like you'd be called straight up drop back, right? And because you want to throw this post. Where this guy's starting to cheat over a little bit, you can get this. But you don't want to roll out and throw that backside post more often than not, okay? So work your concept, okay? If it's cover 3 and he's getting depth and he's playing in the flat or curl area, okay, play off of him. He drops back, throw it under. If he plays under, throw it to the out, right? And when in doubt, roll out and run. Quarterback just run it, right? Flood's probably one of my favorite concepts to run. I love it. You can get some variations off of flood. Change up who's running what routes. I did a flood video on my YouTube, so go check that out if you wouldn't mind. Shameless plug for my stuff. Let's see, Isaiah Region. I'm gonna say I'm cool. You're French today, Coach. Region, run game coordinator, O-line coach at Ballinger, Texas. I'm going to assume you're at Ballinger High School. So, shout out to Coach coming from Texas to join us today. Guys, keep sharing out the stream, like and comment, and make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe, guys. Let's see. Next one. If there's any questions, guys, just drop them in and we'll talk about it. Like I said, all this stuff is stuff that guys have run forever. Nothing's new, right? These are just things that I like. Here we go. All right. So right now we're in empty. So we're in empty right here with the H back, and we're just going to run Q power, right? So we're going to spread it out, see how they're going to play. If they're playing man up with one high, cool, run it. All right, we got 6 in here. They got 6 guys right there. Beat the safety, right? Just going to have these screens on the outside just in case we like them, right? You ain't got to throw them, but make sure they respect it. Because if these overhang guys start to come out and cheat, throw the screen outside. So we got a bubble over here. The X is just blocking most dangerous. That's why there's 2 of them. Y is blocking most dangerous. We got the smoke over here. All right. If you don't like it, cool. At least try to turn to one side with the ball. You ain't got to take a throw, but just turn to one side, then go like a delayed run, like a draw or something, right? Basic gap scheme. Front side double to the backside linebacker, block shade, skip pull around the double team, pick and hinge, and the Y is going to kick out. Okay, so running Q power, trying to get these guys out of the box, right? I really like empty with the H back. You can also pass out of this. You go a little full slide with the H coming off the backside and throw your concepts. Or you can, if you have good linemen that can empty pass block. put the H out here as a receiver and run some concepts, right? Run some 3-by-1 concepts, and then run some 2-by-2 concepts on the backside, and make guys defend the whole field. All right, so that's just a little Q power right there. No comments on that. I guess everybody knows everything. Nobody got any comments? Just kidding, guys. Coach Pearson said that Bash is better with no shuffle. He's right. Let's see. Last one right here, which is the one y'all saw in the beginning. All right, so it's a little double pose with a wheel. We ran this at North Rowan. I really like it. This kind of looks like a climb or a Y cross, but I'm just trying to make it look. This is a post. Obviously, and he's coming up. He's attacking the Sam, and he's going to run the wheel right at the sideline. Okay, just a little backside, a little slant right here, just in case you get in trouble. And then we're just going to half slide, right? Have the running back step in the open A gap, working 1 to 2. Yeah, I love double post with the wheel, guys. The wheel gets lost up the sideline so often. And of course, you want to play off the safety. If they both roll, to take them both, the wheel should be open. If not, play off of the safety. If he takes this post should be wide open. Okay, if he takes this post, okay, unless he comes over, if he doesn't see it, this post in the middle should be open. Okay. Have this guy cross this guy's face. If he crosses the face, he's gonna get nosy and take it. Backside post is gonna be wide open. All right. Throw somebody of a cover 2. He's getting here. He's getting here. He's playing the flat. He's getting here. Okay. Post to wheel, play off the safety. Right. So, you coach it how you want to, how you see it, your rules. But double post wheel, really good. This is a shot play. It's a home run ball, right? Throw it deep. You ain't trying to throw the slant. That's just oh crap, we can't throw it deep type deal. All right. Let's see. Coach Brown's joining. What up, Coach Brown?
What up? How's everything going? My bad for being late. My daughter had to put her down.
You straight? I understand. Let's see. What are you teaching for pass pro on the double post? Kick set to the right side. So let me pull that back up, guys. Where is that? Right here. So yeah, it's just half slide. So slide away so they can cover the A, B, and C gap backside. So I don't have to worry about a running back having to pick up the backside gap for the quarterback's backside. And then they're manned on the front side. So the right guard will have his 3 technique and the right tackle will have his 5 technique. But yeah, that's how we're teaching it, right? We're just sliding away. So the center will have A gap. He'll have left guard have B gap, left tackle will have C gap. And they'll sort it out from there. Now, if this nose comes A gap, he crosses the center's face, he's the center's guy. Okay? That's the only thing I'll just think, we're not going to slide away and be like, oh, yeah, it's whatever. Screw it. Let's see. What's your favorite RPO scheme to run off of power, counter, GH counter, and insert? We run a lot of power spread, using a cipher as a 6th lineman. Always looking for RPO to add to our run game. I like pre-snap, throws. Now, if you want to do post-snap stuff, I like bubbles if they're giving it to you. Slants are good, but I think if you linebackers are getting nosy, right? Put slants, put hitches, put routes where those guys were, right? Those are my favorite runs, my favorite RPOs. These third-level RPOs where guys are trying to take glance shots and post shots and fade shots, like that's not what we do. So I can't help you there. But short stuff. For me, RPOs, I'm gonna run the ball until I can't. So if I'm throwing an RPO, it's because they're blitzing guys I can't handle. So put routes where those guys are coming from.
Yeah, and then I think, to counter, to go off of that, man, I think, like you said, so if you're running RPOs, you're probably reading a safety, right? And so if the safety never comes into the box, run the football. But once he starts to creep, read the safety, always, bubbles are, like you said, run a lot of bubbles. But then if you want that deep shot, you know, if you're play side safety, you're reading him and he cheats up, throw the post right behind it. You know what I mean? Have your receiver run a post, have him run, something, even if it not a quick, it's in between the quick slant, in between the posts, a skinny post, like get them to where, because if you're reading safeties, I mean, and that's all dependent, what your RPO scheme looks like. But from what we see, like we read a safety. So if the safety doesn't come down, like the extra, we always feel like there's 5 man blocking, there's 6 man blocking, and there's 7. If we can get the 6 man blocking, that means everybody's accounted for because we have an H, we have 5 linemen. If we got to start going 7 man blocking, we're throwing the football. Like if a box looks like a 7, we're throwing the football. We're going to beat you with slants. We got guys that where they can run, so we're going to throw those deep shots. I think it all depends on how you operate. But so many times I see a lot of RPOs where they forget the R and they just want to call it a PO, where they just want to just say they're faking it. Nah, bro, you got to run football. Like
Yeah.
RPOs are really, really, like Tennessee was really, really good because they had a really, really good offensive line and they used tempo that caught a lot of people off guard and they ran the football.
Yep.
You seem like you got a lot of questions, bro.
It's not really questions. A lot of guys are like checking in and stuff,
Oh, that's what's
or
up.
just making comments. But yeah, guys, keep asking questions. Again, if you want to come talk to Coach Brown and I, DM me on Twitter. 'Cause I'm not sending the link out and having random folk trying to join. So holla at me. You can come and talk. And we ain't gonna bite. Like we just chilling. We just guys hanging out.
Yeah, man, I'm down. I'm watching Deadliest Catch. Um, I'm down to answer any questions. That's for
Yeah. Let's see. I asked this question earlier, Coach. What are your future goals?
sure. So, future goals, I think, for me, um, for the next, I'll give you my 3 year and my 5 year.
Okay.
3 years is win a state championship at Gateway as an offensive line coach. Um, Dominate and build a program of offensive linemen at Gateway. 5 year plan is to become a head coach. As you notice, I missed the OC, man, but I really just, I don't know if it's for me to be an OC, man. Like, I love being an offensive line coach, like, and I don't feel like I want to move up. Like, I'm either going to go from offensive line coach and the school's going to believe in me to be their head coach, or, I'll just be offensive line coach. Like, I don't like the pressure of being a OC, man. Like, you know, I respect it. That's why, like, being an offensive line, because I feel like, to be honest with you, like being an offensive line coach, you might as well be an OC. Like Coach Hand from UCF just talked
Yeah.
about that. Like, bro, you are literally responsible for 55% of what's going on in the game, and you have to get those guys ready. So, like, every offensive line coach should be the run game coordinator. Like, it should automatically come with it, because if you're trying to block a scheme and I don't agree with it, or it don't make sense, man, like, that's hard. And I think so many times, like, and I talked about this a lot, like, your OC and your O line guy, like, are the two most important relationships on the football team. Like, because y'all have to be in sync. And I think, that's why I take so much pride in where I am, because um I'm in a position of where, like, I'm at a big school, man, perennial school that's known. Like, Terry Smith from Penn State was the head coach before the new head coach got there. So, like, Gateway's known for winning. They produced, we got guys in the NFL, guys who played in the NFL. And, to be honored to be at this school, man, I'm where I want to be. I don't plan on going anywhere else, man. This is one of them jobs that where, I'll be an old man as the line coach for years until I get the take over.
Yeah, okay, so Coach said, "Do you like the block sprint out with a gate protection?" I'm assuming you're talking about like the fallback on the backside. So I'm assuming you're talking about or block like stretch.
So it's
Um,
different. So your sprint out and your stretch doesn't. It's not always the same.
yeah,
And I think that's the thing. Like, sprint out protection should literally be sprint out protection. Like, your offensive lineman should know like they're working to get over top and the backside gate is happening. Like only way the backside gate isn't happening is if you have a shade to the left side of your center or you have a three tech and like you're not going to gate because it doesn't make sense. Like it's hard for your left tackle to fight the three. So in that situation, like you're going to have to change protection. But other than that, like if you have a 3 and a 5, like all right, we're probably going hinge back. Like that's what I call it. I call it a hinge. Like, um, but sprint out protection is everybody rushing to get outside, and you because what we do, I don't know about you, but we pull like when we go sprint out, we pull the backside sometimes, like the backside guard, and he'll either log or he'll reach, and we could do a play like we could do play side also, but it depends on what you're trying to get out of your sprint protections.
Yeah, on ours, I don't know if you saw our flood concept, but the play side guard and tackle reach their play side guy because the tackle is responsible for the outside guy.
Absolutely.
And the running back is going to help. We would like the running back to get on the next guy, on the +1, on who's over the force player is. So the front side guys are reaching, and the center will reach. If no one's in this gap, he'll start to fall back and create the wall. Same thing with the guard and tackle. But if the guard is reaching for a one technique, there's no reason for him to fall back. Just reach that one technique and drive his butt. Like, right. We're going to get outside of you. So that's what I'm assuming he's talking about by gate. If not, coach, clarify if you wouldn't mind. But run it like stretch. I mean, you might as well just run stretch.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And that's where, that's where we start to get into like, well, what are you trying to accomplish? Like, what is the thanks. I guess he's saying that to me. I appreciate but I think that's where you got to start to get out to what are you running different things for? Like if you're running stretch, are you heavy? Like if you're running sprint out, are you trying to set up something? Like I think that's where you got to start to get into like, and it as an OC, like, and this is what I mean. Like I'm not an OC, but I'm an offensive line coach. So like I don't like not knowing because if I don't know, I can't coach my guys up because people got to understand like if prime example, like if you don't set up something off the RPO, if you can't run the football, no team is going to feel threatened with the run game, and you have no lanes. But if you can physically get 6 yards of pop on power, RPOs will be heaven. Mm-hmm. Like sprint out, if you can run wide zone, outside zone, now your sprint out fullback will be open 99% of the time because everybody's going to think he's just reaching. He has the seal, and the next thing you know, he pops out to the flat, and we have a 10-yard gain with the fullback leading out to the flat. And then next thing you know, the fullback or tight end goes out and up, and then it's a touchdown. It's a big job. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So Coach Adams says, always looking for new resources. What are some OL-specific resources you guys have used to grow? We're currently working through the R4 system, but more of a quarterback. My books are over. My wife moved my stuff, so my books over there. Well, I would say I know Coach is a big O-line masterminds guy. So I love what Coach Mayweather's doing. I have LaCharles Bentley's book. It's over on my shelf. I was trying to grab it. But stuff like that. Find a quote unquote O-line guru, right? And most of them got books. It's find somebody that that you can read a book on, right?
Man, so listen, so that's a good answer. So for me, I've been learning from Bill Callahan recently, man. Yeah. I looked up his cool clinic from 2017 when he was with the Redskins. And, like, I swear to God, man, like with my trainings, like the foot fire is my new thing this year. Like, and I think for me, man, like the best resources is Twitter, man. Like Coach McNally, I kind of like his last couple stuff he's been putting out, it's not bad. And I think what people got to understand is, guys, when you go to these clinics and you go through all these people, man, there's tons of resources, but like you got to be able to adapt and you got to be able to understand what the fuck you're doing. Because if you don't know what you're doing, then what the fuck is the point of teaching guys? And it's going to make it confusing. Like,
Coach, go on.
Oh, my bad. I just got a call. But, like so many people get caught up in like, oh, like for me, like you said, Duke Manyweather, man. Like we build a relationship where, he's always sharing stuff. As you see, he responds to me really, really easily. But every time I see him do something, I don't just be like, oh man, let me copy that, because it doesn't fit me. I try to maximize the resources that I have with the kids that I have. Tailor your stuff to be like, for me this year, I'm working double teams like a motherfucker. Why? Because we're doing RPOs. So the stuff that I'm looking at is who are the best double team guys, like who runs duo a lot, who are guys that can make sure double teams are lock solid. So I'm watching a lot of the Eagles, because 2022 was the year of them running double teams and inside zone down your freaking throat. Like, so my resources are based off of what I want to do, and you got to know that coming into the year. Like, I've been really, really studying, really, really figuring it out, really, really trying um, to get good at double teams, and understanding, like, how can I coach it, right? I think when you start to get to the point of like, all right, I might know it, but like, can I translate it to my guys to make it simple, stupid? Like, can I give them the bare basic? If you can have a D+ guy, can you turn them into a B minus? Like, how do you do that? You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what helps me tailor my game.
Yeah, like Coach said, Twitter's huge. Go and trying to find guys that will talk to you about it, right? Like me, you want to ask me? I don't know everything, but I could probably find somebody that knows everything. That's what I'm pretty good at. Coach Larry White, you run a lot of 3-by-1 offense. Yes, not really, Coach. I'm just trying. I can't try to keep that as generic as I could. Now, I got some funky stuff, right? I got some good stuff on here, but I ain't trying to show everything, right? I mean, Coach Adams is in here. No, I'm just kidding. Coach Brown, Coach Corey Adams, he just took a job in my conference. So, but
Hey,
he's an O-line guy, so he's one of the brothers. So,
but it's funny, like, and I think that's what makes me and you different. Because, to be honest with you, man, like, I try to resource as much as I can. Like, I was just talking to a defensive coach in our conference, and we were talking about. He was asking me what gives a 3-3. Like, what do I look at when I'm attacking the 3-3-5? But I was looking at him for like run fits, and looking at him of like, what are you looking at? Like, how are you playing it? And when coaches, because people see, like, again, I'm in a position where, if y'all don't know, if nobody knows, I get the coach. Um, so there's a training speed and agility guy. His name is 2 Temps, and he's Aaron Donald's personal trainer. And he puts on these speed and agility sessions, and we train over 500 kids, maybe 700 in the city of Pittsburgh. And every Thursday we do positional, so the best of the best come out, and we do one-on-ones. You have an indie period for an hour, and then you have one-on-ones. And so, on top of that, I also train guys individually. And so, with that, I train kids from different schools, and I meet coaches from different stuff. But I never like stop giving information, man, because honestly, like, and I told the coach, I was like, Coach, listen, I'm not worried about you guys. Like, right now, like, to be honest, like, I don't give a fuck. You can figure out. I can tell you everything we're gonna run. Can you stop it? Like, that's my mentality. Like, so it's funny that you say Coach Adams is in your conference, because, hey, bro, I can tell you what we gonna run, but motherfucker, you better be able to stop it. Like,
yeah. And I say that in a joking, like, I really don't care.
yeah,
Like I said, I've stolen everything. Like, nothing I came up with is an original thought. So that's what gets me on some of these guys. They're like, oh, I can't put that out there. Like, man, who gives a crap? Like, everybody's stealing stuff. Coach Meyer says, Coach Adams, send you his email. He'll hit you up. Coach, I'm gonna send you my email. So I'd like it too. Don't be stingy with it, man. Let's see. He also said the biggest lesson I ever learned was realizing that just because some coach at the university, some coach at some university can run it, it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean I can't. With athletes, we have a system that runs up. Yeah.
damn, Tatum,
So
you all right?
I mean, I'm trying to read, bro.
Yeah.
Ain't no commas in here. No. So the biggest lesson I ever learned was realizing that just because some coach at some university can run it doesn't mean I can. Yeah, no doubt. So just because some people run it doesn't mean you can. I love it. Hey man, reading's hard. English is a hard language. Coach Adam says it's all love, man. It's great. Good people in Forsyth County. There is some good people, coach, but there's some bad people. Wink, wink. Let's see. Uh, Calvin Custance. I think it's Custance. What are some of the biggest game planning and schematic differences between the college and high school level? Um, Honestly, not much. I think the biggest difference between high school and college is the time that you have with your players, the time that you can scout, and the time that you can develop schemes and stuff. So there might be more, but I mean, you get to Alabama and Georgia, yeah, they're running some stuff that'll go over most people's heads. But for the majority of college, I mean, it's what you do already, just expounded on, and because they have more time,
But
right?
then on top of that, the biggest difference between a high school and college game schematically is in game planning is the speed of each person, right? Like in high school, you might not play against guys who are like like I do this. When I look at film, I look for the worst person on their football team and say, how do we put this dude in positions where he needs to make a play? He needs to make a tackle. He needs to be in coverage. How do we do that? In college, man, nobody's in a circle. Everybody is those dudes. And I think when you have that mentality, the game planning is you got to be really good at what you do. And you got to practice game planning, which is why like a lot of it. And it was cool because if you don't, and this is for you, Coach Customs, like try to go hit up a GA or a quality control guy at a college. Like I just got to go down the pit and sit in meetings. I sat in their team meetings, like what their coaching meeting looks like, what their practice plan looks like, and then I got to watch their practice. Like, and it was free. Like I didn't have to pay for it or anything. And so you get to see the preparation is just precise. Like there's no bullshit. You got a job to do. Everybody got a job to do, and let's get it done.
Coach says, I'm a football coach, not an English teacher. No doubt, coach. I'm not an English teacher either. Just give me a crap. Coach K, how can you tell where the DL is aligned against your offensive line from the sideline?
So you want this one, Tatum?
I mean, we both can. I would just say I've been doing it for a while, and I try to get in the back. I should go on one side or the other. Either I'm looking from the defensive line's perspective, or I try to look from the offensive line's perspective. I usually can tell. Or I got the guy up top. Like that's what you got guys in the box for. Like, hey, they give me an under or an over. Is it a 50 front bear? What we got? And usually you got to have a guy. You got to train them to know what you're looking for and do a terminology you're trying to get from them.
So I was gonna say, so wherever the ball is, I am 15 to 20. Wherever the back judge is, I am always right next to the back judge in front of him to where I can see the defensive line. So I stand far away from the defensive like so if the ball's here, I'm all the way like here looking directly into the defensive line. And I started doing that my first year when I was an assistant who we had an offensive line coach and he would just tell me like look down here. And another way you can do it is, and this is why it's so important to study film. You should know their fronts before you get on the football field. Like I'm so detailed in what I do, man. Like I can tell you right now, I mentioned I just got the gateway in January. I can tell you every team who goes against us, what front they're going to use and when they're going to use it. Like the preparation, and that's where like as a coach, man, the preparation means everything. And so if you're trying to figure out on the sideline like what the hell's going on, put yourself in a position to see. Like go 10 yards. And again, if the ball starts to move down farther, like farther and farther, then I start to go 15 yards behind our offensive line. As long as I get to see the front. Like, and again, I'm to the point, and Coach Tatum, I don't know about you, but like during the game, I very rarely care about what my offensive line is doing until we get to the sideline.
Yeah.
Like I'm focused on the defense. Like again, I prepare my guys throughout the week. By Thursday, I'm done coaching. And people think I'm joking. By Thursday, I am laughing. It is shits and giggles because I done already bust their ass Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Thursday, bro, we lock it in. I ain't saying nothing. Friday, bro, let's have a good time. I'm gonna give you a pregame speech that's gonna make you run through a wall, and then we about to tear this shit up and we about to beat people up. I ain't helping you. Like, bro, I can't, because again, your practices need to be in a position where they're failing. Because if they're not failing in practice, they think shit's sweet and everything's perfect. They do a game and get punched in the face and don't know how to react.
One thing that doesn't get on my nerves, but I see it. Guys that are yelling at their guys after every single play. It's like we ain't sitting there. We're not gonna run a play, right? I'm the right guard on power. I'm running doubles with a backside linebacker. As soon as the ball's done, blah blah blah. I gotta look over here and listen to you. Like, no, let's focus on the play. Like, I try to take it from my brother-in-law is a high school basketball coach in Virginia, and so he like won't barely say anything during the game. Like, his assistant coaches are coaching. He's like, I coach during the week. Like, they know what they're doing. And that kind of blew my mind. I'm like, yeah, during the drive, they should know what they're doing. They know their calls. If they go from odd front to even front, we've went over it since camp. Like, they know their rules. Like, changing up fronts or movement doesn't affect us because we've already drilled it, right? So, like, you ain't gotta yell out, "Oh, they're stunting!" Like, you know, crap, they're stunting. They know. Like, so when they get to the sideline, they're like, "Hey guys, this gave us some fits. Let's do it this way." Like, you can adjust some things, but then let's get back to playing ball. Like, we ain't gotta have a practice on the sideline. So
I like these questions, man. I'm glad I
yeah,
joined. Everybody.
yeah. Let's see. Is it normal for high school coaches to change their scheme year to year depending on students in the system, or just smaller adjustments for a competitive advantage? Well, I'll say, Coach, if they're not any good, if the coaches aren't any good, they're probably changing scheme year to year. Now you should tailor your offense to fit the players you have, but you should have some core philosophies. You shouldn't be bouncing back and forth. Like, you should not be going from. Well, okay, I'm putting asterisks on this,
A
but
wing to a spread.
you should be going. You should be going wing T to straight up air raid. Like, now, if you have 6, 7 wide receivers, okay, spread that thing out and let's run some air raid. And then the next year you have 5 running backs. Yeah, you should probably switch it up, but don't just straight up go to under center flex bone. Like, you should try to get to some spread runs from what you do in the air raid with your running backs. Like, don't just do a whole 360 and change up everything, right?
And he said, is it normal? No. But does it happen? Yeah. Like, especially when you normally see changes in schemes, right? It's normally when a coach gets to his place. 1 to 2 years is when you see a change with a new offense coordinator, whatever that looks like, right? It's like, all right, well, we tried to do it this year. We thought we had this team because we ran it and then it didn't work. But I think the smaller adjustments are that happens every year. Every year, offense coordinators say, "Hey, this is what we're going to do. Here's the thing we're going to run," and then you start to get the camp, and we're like, "All right, we tighten it down a little bit." And then week 3, we realize we can't fucking block inside zone to save our lives. Let's switch it up. We got dogs on the outside, right? And I think based off of your personnel will always dictate what changes you need to make, whether they're small or big. Like you said, if I got 6, 7 guys who's running 4, 5, 4, 6s, hey dog, good luck trying to catch us. But if I got monsters up front, dog, good luck trying to block us. And I mean, I don't give a damn what happens. If you give me 6'3", 6'4", center is 6'1", left guard is 6'2", left tackle 6'4", and they all 280 across the board, bro, we're gonna run the football. I don't give a damn. You can have Megatron out wide. If I got dogs up front, bro, Megatron, you might as well start to play tight end, bro, because you about to block this duo. Because we ain't passing the ball. So I think that definitely helps dictate it.
Yeah, what I'll say is I think it's more prevalent on defense. Defenses that change. Still doesn't make it right. It's still not good. But I'll say I see defenses of the week a lot. Because offenses change just more than defense, right? Like, there's only like 3 defenses you can really run. To be honest with you, like even front 4-2, 4-3. There's odd front 3-4, 3-3 stack, and there's some bear stuff, right? There's only like 3 or 4 defenses you can get in. So I just triggered half the defensive coaches. But what I'm saying is, so you'll see like 7 different offenses though, right? So defense is trying to just jump into the defense of the week, and you can't really do that. Like if you are a 3-4 team and you are playing a 5 wide spread team, stay in a 3-4, but just spread you guys out. But then you come and you play a wishbone team. Okay, bring those outside linebackers down, and now you have a 5-man front, and we're going to bring the safeties down and blitz your butt. So don't just switch up your whole defense. Just find ways within your defense or within your offense to get done what you need to get done instead of flipping around whole new things. But great questions, like Coach said, great questions. No one's hitting me up. Nobody wants to come talk.
Hey, as long as the questions keep flowing, Coach, that's all good.
Yeah. Don't be intimidated, guys. Like you have to answer a question. Oh, I might have an answer. Who cares? Like if you don't, you're like, I ain't really got an answer, but I'm here to learn. I just want to get to know guys. Come talk to us. I'm gonna get to know who you are. Like I said, DM me on Twitter. Be like, hey, Coach, can I get the link? Boom, you got it, right? Coach, who's some of your? I know, don't have to say Coach Manyweather, and you already said Coach Callahan. But who's some of your influences, coaching influences?
To be honest with you, man, my offensive line coaches in high school more than anything.
Yeah.
As corny as that sounds, like I had a guy named Don Thomas, Coach Thomas, old school dude. And then I had Coach Frisch, who was the younger coach. So he kind of came on and helped out and then eventually took over and they split it. But Coach Thomas, man, like he was the one who we had to do. So we ran a wing T. But we were a multiple offense. So like we ran wing T, but we also ran GT counter. Mm-hmm. We also ran power. And we kind of threw the ball. So like we get hit you with multiple fronts. So for instance, like buck sweep, we never switch. So a lot of teams normally switch their puller. Yeah. So you always know like one's really good at pulling, the other one is really good at speed. For us, I pulled and I kicked out. It didn't matter. Like I was either on the front side or back side, which is uncommon. And so we got really good at like, he was the one that put into my mind, teach your guys left-handed stance, right-handed stance, and how to do both. Because there's times in a game where you're going to have to be other-handed. And I never really understood that until I was playing left guard and I'm down blocking. And so we always have to step play side. So like we can literally step left, pick up the right foot. And like as a young guy, like I was able to understand that. And so my coaches are really my mentors. Duke Manyweather is one. I really like Coach Callahan, what he does. And then who's the other one? I think I'm forgetting somebody, which is a shame. I'll have to get back to you, but that's the only one that popped up in my head.
Yeah, talking about that, like, yeah, I teach my guys the full play, right? So you ain't a right guard, you ain't a left tackle, you are an offensive lineman, right? So I don't care if you are a guard body type, you're going to learn what the tackle does. Just want to help you out, right? So you're supposed to be double teaming, but a call doesn't get made. Well, you know that tackle should be making that call because you know how to play tackle too. So, and I teach play side and backside. I don't teach left and right. So, and what's big is like I try to tell the guys, if you are the right guard on the play side, you should know what the left guard does on the play side. So if the play is going to the left and that's the play side, you know what the left guard does. If the play is going to the right and you're on the play side, you're a right guard, you know what he does because you know the play. So that helps me as an offensive line coach to be like, oh, Timmy just went down. Crap, he plays right guard. Who do I have over here that can play right? No, go in. What's the play side guard do on gap scheme? Blocks down. Go do it. Like so, like you don't have to worry about. Oh, he's only a guard. Like no, go play.
I see we got these questions, and I got one more thing I want to add after the questions. But we can answer this one real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because we both. So, do you prefer to go against an odd or even front? Me and you were both on the same, bro. Give me an even front any day of the week, all day, 24/7. I odd fronts the thing that makes it so hard is because art fronts, if you have those four eyes who are badass, it causes nightmares. Like even fronts, unless you got Aaron Donald at the nose or the three, bro, you're gonna get double. Like your nose is getting double teamed and your three is getting blocked. I don't give a fuck what it is. It don't fear me. Odd front, man, you could mix it up. You can start to trick guys. You can start to make, and again, the offensive line, because all week long during the odd fronts, especially with like 3 threes, bro, 3 3 stacks, you're like left guard, left tackle, you guys got these guys. Center, you got this guy with the back. Right guard, right tackle, y'all got these guys. Then in the game, bro, they all switch and they turn it into a 5 look. And so if you don't prepare your guys, they start to get confused. For the odd front, the even front, man, is very rare. You either under or over.
So for me, which one is easiest and which one do I prefer to go against is different. Easiest is even front because every offensive line coach in America can block against a 4-2 box. Every one of them. It's easy. Like you said, over or under. Where's the 3? Where's the 1? Right? 2 linebackers. Cool. Even you put 3 in there, it doesn't matter. So everybody can do it. But for me, I like to draw up plays. If you saw, guys, I try to put in even and odd fronts on those plays in there because I like to be able to block against odd front. And what's crazy is last year at North Rowan, my guys were more comfortable blocking odd front than they were even front. And the reason is because they saw both, right? Because I prepare them for everything. But our defense, we play our defense in camp, right? We run an odd front. In the first couple of games of the season, teams were odd front. So by the time we actually went in a game against an even front team, was like fourth game of the season. So like we had been still going over even front and all that stuff, but like odd front was what we had been seeing predominantly. So the guys were ready for that. And the way we arc on front side of counter and kick the 4 eye, it helps. It helps. If you try to block 4 eyes or either a head up 4, it's gonna be a long night because that's a hard block. But if you can read him and kick him and all different types of stuff, it'll help you out. But yeah, definitely the easiest to go against, definitely even front, no doubt. Coach Meyer, hope you're still watching. Yes, I did get the link. And if any guys want that link Coach Meyer was talking about with the offensive line resources, hit him up, send your email. He sent me the link. It was some good stuff on there. But yes, I got the link, Coach. How many plays are in an average high school playbook? I don't know, Coach.
So, I mean, honestly, I think there's only 7, 8. But the thing is, what you got to start to understand is it's variated and it's different looks. You're really only running inside zone, outside zone, flood, switch, verts, power counter. And so the high school playbook might only have 10 plays. It's just the variations that make it a lot. But I mean, here.
Yeah, because like for me right now, my runs, I got 4 runs, guys. Like ain't nothing no one's ever seen. It's power counter, iso, and sweep. Like real easy, right? But then I have tags. Like I can put bash on it. I can read the front side on plays. I can read the back side on plays. I can do bluff runs. I mean, it's real easy. So now my 4, call it 8 left and right, just became 16, 24 different runs. But for us, it's still 4 runs because the term same as is huge for me. I don't know if Coach Pearson, my old head coach, is on here, but same as, like, if I can tell a tackle, right, we're going power, right? If I can tell him we're going power read, all I have to tell him is same as power. Power toss read, same as power.
Man, right? We got some good questions. I'm excited. I like this.
So you can tell the guy the same as easy, right? You can get multiple. Next question.
Or you get to say lineman, it don't change for you.
True. Yeah. Don't change up front. Coach K, what would you say is the difference between outside zone and wide zone? Are they interchangeable, or do they just have different aiming points and schemes? What I'll say is, Coach, I have a wide zone video that Coach CJ Kane, the O-line coach at Barton College, on my channel. He talks about wide zone. If you want to go check that out. Coach Kadudi down in Texas, He's the wide zone guy. He has a YouTube channel. He always posted content. He's the head coach at Fulshire in Texas, Fulshire High School. He's the wide zone guru. He can teach you on it. But what I would say is, wide zone, in my understanding, a wide zone, I might be 100% wrong. So if I'm wrong, somebody tell me. But this is my understanding. Wide zone, you are reading the end. If the end goes outside, you cut it inside, and you puncture the defense, right? If the end goes inside, then you take your track outside and get around the edge. But you're always trying to stretch it and puncture in the where the defense is out of their gaps. Right. Okay. Outside zone, to me, my understanding, it's almost like stretch. Like we are trying to get to the sideline.
Right.
Like we're trying to get outside the widest guy. So the aiming point is off the tackle, off the tight end, whoever the outside guy is, we're reaching and running to the sideline. So that's my understanding.
Yeah, so I was just about to, and you hit it right on the nail. The difference between outside zone and wide zone, the biggest thing is wide zone can have a cut.
Yeah.
When you go wide zone, your aiming point is to get the flow to go. It's not inside zone, because inside zone you're trying to hit it based off of like you're piercing the center. But wide zone, your aiming point is still the outside tackle, outside tight end, but it can provide, because everybody's running, can provide a cutback. When you hear outside zone, you're getting out. It's stretched. There is no cutback. You are trying to hit it outside, off tackle. Are they interchangeable? No. Different aiming points, yes, and different schemes, yes. A team who's really good, like the 49ers. The 49ers are really good at wide zone, but then they can run off tackle and run you with outside zone. But they are really good at the understanding of the wide zone and the schemes of how you can prepare for the wide zone.
No doubt. Yeah, I love it. Like I said, go find guys that are more knowledgeable about zone and wide stuff, because I'm a gap scheme guy. If you want to talk about gap schemes, talk to you. I'll teach you any other way you want to run it. Like, I don't know everything, but I'll teach you what I know. But zone stuff, I can show you. I can tell you people to go talk to. One thing I wanted to talk. One thing I did want to mention, because it kind of just came to my mind, and we'll get to Coach Walker's question in a second. Guys talking about guys that follow each other on Twitter, and guys, I'm getting a lot of followers on Twitter and stuff like that. If my philosophy right now, if we don't make a connection, like you don't DM me, we don't talk, you just follow me out of nowhere, I'm not gonna follow you back. If you talk to me, we chop it up, I'm gonna follow you. So like Coach K, DM me, he's being interactive right here on Twitter on the live stream. Boom, follow back. That's my guy now, right? Like I do anything I can to help Coach K. But if you just follow me and I don't know who you are and we don't talk, okay, I'm probably not gonna get a follow back. That's my philosophy right now.
Hey, would you say your followers is booming, Coach Tatum? Listen, I get every week, every ball coach session, bro. My followers just, and you're better than I am. If I look and I'm like, who are you? Or like you ain't speak, I feel like, hey, move on from it. Like, and it's nothing personal. Like, I'm not I got more followers than you type of guy. Nah, bro.
Yeah,
like,
I'm not trying to big time anybody. That's my big. I hate that. I don't want to big time anybody. But if we don't talk, you don't hit me up, I'm not gonna follow you back. But if you're just some random person and you say, "Hey, Coach X, Y, and Z, let's talk," I'll follow you, because that's who I am. I want to help you. People help me. I want to help you. Maybe you can help me. Like, that's connection, right? So I definitely don't want to big time anybody, but that's why I might not follow some people, because I got a DM with some. I got some receipts on some people that were talking some ish. Anyway, so Coach Walker, Coach Aaron Walker, what are your thoughts on pulling tackles on power? What other adjustments might you make, particularly against an odd front? So for me, if I'm going to pull a tackle, I'm going to run dart. There's nothing wrong with pulling a tackle on power. Nothing wrong with it. Just for me, I'm gonna base block the front side and insert the tackle in the open gap, right? So the play side tackle will block the end. We have a 3 technique to the right. Right guard will block the 3 technique. The guard and the center will block the one to the backside linebacker. No, excuse me. Yeah, and then we'll pull the tackle around in the A gap, or flip the front. Right? We'll pull the tackle into the B gap. So that's for me. I would block dart, but there's nothing wrong with pulling tackle and power. It's a great wrinkle. Um, odd front. Odd front's a little harder to run power, because the 4-eye is tough. The 4-4 is tough, but it's not doable. Okay, double negative there. If you have a 4-eye on the front side and he's a 4-eye, he's a B gap player. Tackle block him down. Right, we'll pull around him. Or if he goes C gap, block him out. We'll pull around the guard in the center. Right. So it's just, instead of having a predestined who you're pulling around, you kind of read. You gotta read it, where the tackle's blocked. But it's not. It's doable. And if you want to pull the tackle, you can't do that. What I would do, if it's odd front, I put a tight end on the line. Put a tight end on the line, and have the tackle and tight end block double team the forward technique. That's what I do.
So, for me, we run tackle pull and on power, and it's really good. But like Coach said, we also have an H-back who plays great on the line behind tackle. So with odd fronts, the quickest way to beat odd fronts is to add an extra gap. And just like Coach Tatum said, putting a tight end on the line, now you have the D gap and potentially the E gap. Like, he has the control. Now it gives you what they're going to be in as soon as you switch and add a gap. Because are they going to overshift? Because then now you can run you can put them in a dilemma of, do we want to cover this extra gap? Because if you don't, we're just going to run off tackle. But then if you cover that gap, now we're going to run an inside zone at you because now you're weak. And so really, like, I wouldn't run tackle power to the odd front. What I can do is run splits. If you're trying to get, because what's the reason why you're pulling your tackle, right? Like, we pull our tackle because we want muscle movement. We got athletes. We want to get guys in space, put big bodies on little bodies, right? But if you got a tight end who can block, pull him, right? You don't need to go tackle power. You can just go have regular power, like a no pull power. Just have your H back. It's kind of like ISO. It's not even, like you said, it can really become ISO, where you don't need it to be power. It can just be ISO, where everybody block play side. You can run duo with a split flow, like right behind everybody. So everybody block play side, wash everything down. And if you want to kick out the guy, you got split zone. If you want your H back to lead through, now you got ISO. So it's just, there's different variations of it.
Yeah, love the questions, guys. Keep bringing them on. Coach Walker, where are you from? I see the ECU Pirate, so I'm assuming you're North Carolina. Holla at me. Let's see where you're at in North Carolina, if you are. You not just randomly like ECU, which is what it is. Coach Myers, let's go midline on odd front. Read the 4-eye play side. I love it. Midline is good. We used to run a little midline at Tallwood in Virginia Beach. We run midline. We read 3 technique. We read the 4-eye. We'd also do some fullback trap, which I love trap. But we would take the H and have him wham the 4-eye or the 3. It's good stuff. Coach says he's an ECU alum. Gotcha. So you were passed out most nights somewhere. Gotcha. Yeah. Any other questions, guys? I'm good to roll in South Carolina now. Where are you coaching in South Carolina? Don't be all secretive. It's open, Coach.
Yeah, he's definitely seeming like he don't really want to say what he's doing.
Yeah, I know, like you coach at the worst high school in South Carolina. Who cares? You're coaching high school. Like,
he's like a real pirate.
Yeah. Love the questions. That's not high school, Coach. Let's see. Guys, make sure you share it out. Share out the stream.
Where's the wife at? She letting you do this?
She is house sitting. So She's making some side hustle money right now. Can't spell parties without pirates. You know it. Golly.
Whatever that means.
Coach Van Horn, go Pirates. I was at NC State's Mega Clinic this past weekend, and App State and ECU were both there. So,
oh, he's a part. He's a part of the FFCA.
Do what?
He's a part of the FFCA.
What's that?
The Fire Football Coaches Association.
That's pretty good. Between gigs, awesome. Well, I hope you land somewhere, Coach. If that's what you want to do, if you want to get back into it right now,
like a cat.
Yeah.
You know the easiest way to get on the coaching staff, and I kid you not. This is one simple step. Coach, I want to volunteer. Like, bro, go to the best school and be like, yo, I just want to volunteer. What do you need me to do? Oh, you need me to be the quality control guy? Got you.
100%. Like, no one's going to turn down a volunteer.
North Carolina A&T? Oh, that's...
Yeah. Aggie Pride?
Are they... Wait. Oh. Kim Kearney's their bowling coach, isn't it?
Oh, no.
I think so.
J.R. Smith plays golf there.
Yeah, then it's definitely Kim Kearney's definitely the women's bowling coach. She's a beast.
Gotcha. Yeah, if I didn't go to Gardner Webb to play football, and then I didn't go to state because it's a legacy thing, I would have went to A&T because I like A&T, and it's HBCU and all that stuff. So, let's see, but yeah, yeah. What looking forward to? Sorry, that probably was really loud. I don't usually go to like spring practices, but I went to state, so they gave me my name thing, and then I went to Carolina and learned a little bit. That was pretty cool. Coach Freddie Kitchens is the tight ends coach at Carolina. He was the coach for the Browns when they got Baker Mayfield. And I was just standing there. They were going through team, and I was just standing there. And he was like, "You want to learn?" He's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing here, coach?" And I was like, "I'm just trying to learn a little bit." He's like, "Oh, okay." And then during team, I was kind of like on the field, but behind like Philip Lindsay, the offensive coordinator, and him, kind of like trying to listen in, like on some calls. He was like, "Well, hell, coach, you want to learn something? Come here." So I just stepped up. I didn't want to be in the way, but I was just trying to listen to what they were going through. It was a pretty cool experience. Even though I'm a state fan, I hate Carolina, but it was a cool experience.
You know, it's funny when people like, "Oh yeah, you hate these schools." Shit, I'll hate any like people be like, for me, like I can't stand Ohio State. I'm a Michigan guy, but if they offer me the offensive line position, what the fuck you think I'm gonna do? You think I'm gonna turn it down? Are you crazy?
My thing is, so I hate Liberty and I hate Carolina, but what I will say is, everybody's like, "Oh, if they offered you a coaching position, would you not take it?" My thing is, if I'm getting offered Carolina's offensive line position, you don't think I got other options?
That ain't the point. What if that is the only option?
The point is, okay, if somebody's like, "Hey, you could be the offensive line coach at Carolina," everybody else, some other schools gonna want me.
What if that's no? What if that's the first foot in the door? And
the first one, then I'm not gonna just jump at the opportunity. The first one comes along.
Shit.
If I'm at that, if I'm at that level where it's like, that's my first. Carolina's the first person to come at me. Okay, they ain't gonna be the last person to come at me. Now, if they're the best option, I probably would.
That's all we're getting at. You just went through all this extra bullshit. If you are the high school where you're at right now, Carolina called you. Freddie Kitchen said, "Bro, I really liked your hat. I want you to be on my staff. Come join." Enough said.
Yeah, it paid good money. Yeah, I'd go.
Of course.
I ain't going to go for some bread and 80
Crackers.
hours a week. I got a wife. I like coaching where I'm at. That's why I'm not GA. I've been offered GA spots. Like, shoot, I can't work every single minute of the day and then get divorced. Shoot.
For $17,000.
Shoot, ain't even that. It's like $1,000 a month, if that.
with,
Shoot.
with room and board. So you'll be living with a 21-year-old.
Yeah. Be on the hall to be an RA. Yeah, okay. I got a wife. Shoot. See, I'm a Michigan State guy, born and raised. However, Mama didn't raise an idiot. If Jim Harbaugh and Ryan Day call him answer the phone, hey, no lie. See, I think that's different. Let's see. Those Jordan dollars going to be hard to turn down, Coach. I mean, you know what I'm talking about? Some Jordan dollars. You can go to Michigan. You can go to Florida. Hey, Florida's nice. Let's see. I'm going to go for the Crackers. But Coach, are you married? Probably not. Priorities. No hate. That's what it is. Now, what I say, if I was not married, it was just me. Yeah, I would do the GA life, like get paid nothing. Like, it's not an issue for me. Let's see, Coach, what's your favorite play?
Favorite play? The more and more I think about it, the more and more power. I can run. I love power, man. Like, I'm starting to become a big, big advocate of power. Like,
Yeah,
because at the end of the day, bro, when you really, really get good at understanding that even if it doesn't look blocked, it's going to be blocked. Like, if the play side can be washed, power will be there every day of the week, twice on Saturdays and Sundays. And then, like you said, then you can go bash and you can start to read. Like, teams are like, for me, how about this? Look at this wrinkle. We're running power. Who's on? I don't know who's on here. Anyway, we're running power, but we're going to arc the play side um, end and then have the tackle go to the back, like to the play side. So we're going to arc the play side in, read him. So we're going to run power, read, but play side, not backside.
yeah.
Going to be a good wrinkle.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. No, I'm a GA at a community college, 1,000 a month, room and board, no meals. I wouldn't do it if it was married in. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. But you're setting yourself up for success, Coach, because you're doing it before you get married, right? Coach just dipped on me, so um, I was setting up side hustles right now, so that I could take that leap into college ranks. Right now, I'm getting an engineer pay, no entry level college assistant. Coach Shelly will match that. Yeah, it's hard. Welcome back.
I don't know what happened. I think I hit the. I was looking at the comments and hit leave. My bad.
Coach says he's setting up his side hustles right now, so when he makes that leap to college, it'll kind of offset. He's getting engineering pay right now, so I bet that is hard to leave.
Yeah, man, you better just save enough money to live the way you want to live right now, and then make the move. Because I think, like at some point you got to do it if you want to coach in college. Like, you got to make that move, unless you become the best high school coach in your state, and there's no doubt about it that college coaches need you. But even like, we had the best coach win a state championship in 5A, he got fired, and then he became a Pitt assistant coach. Like, he was just a freaking volunteer because he went there. Like, so even if you're the best coach, you still got to come on as a assistant.
Yeah. And I love, guys, when I asked Coach what his favorite play was, there was no denying that he was going to say a run play. That's because offensive line coaches were run the rock.
Bro, I don't even, if I was an offensive coordinator, it's hard for me to imagine me not running the ball 75% of the time.
Yeah.
And when people say that, like, I'm not talking about like, oh, we're only going to run. No, bro, I'm going to run everything very well. Like, that's all we're going to do. We're going to practice power, counter, sweep. Like, buck sweep, should be in everybody's offense. If you don't have buck sweep into your offense, you are sorely mistaken, bro. Because buck sweep creates an element that nobody can prepare for.
Yep. Well, my thing is, because I'm gonna throw the ball. I love free access throws. So if the corner's playing 10 yards deep, why am I not throwing hitches until the cows come home, right? I see that as a run. So because if I can run power and get 10 yards a pop, I'm gonna do it. So why would I throw it out there to a receiver and get 6, 7, 8 yards every time, right? Make them adjust. So that's what my passing game is. It's gonna be quick passing game, like take advantage of defenses that want to stack the box on me because we do run it so well. So my running game really is run it 75% of the time, and then once they start to put 8 in the box, all right, well I'm just gonna throw and kill you out here. Let me see. I'm all for the grind, but colleges have glorified it to the extreme. I have a lot of friends that have left the profession early because of it. 100%. Coaching, even at the high school level, man. Even at the high school level, it's hard. Um, Kids are crazy. But let's see. Do you guys use Zoom or team in season? If on Saturdays and Sundays for film or line play, what does it look like for you? Um, I haven't. During COVID, we did obviously, because that's the only way we really could do things. Um, I will create like Google Classrooms, and I'll have quizzes, or I'll link huddle stuff, or I'll just create huddle playlists, and I can send it to the players, and I can track who opened it and who didn't. Um, or since I do videos, I can make videos and like unlist them and just send the links to the guys so they can see them. If you have a link, and because I do what you do well. If doing a Zoom session is good for you, do a Zoom session. If making a video, like for me, making videos is easy. I like video editing or doing uploading stuff. It's easy for me. That's what I do, right? So if I want to talk about something specific, but not have to make a whole meeting about it or take time away from meeting or time away from pre practice, I'll just do a video and I can track who has watched it, right? So then you make sure guys are watching, blah blah. But yeah, if you do that, cool. Like,
So I do. So we don't do Zoom, but we do. Well, I'm going. I'm going. Let's going to like I did it a little bit last year where because we don't bring our guys in like they don't come in on Saturdays. But what happens is by Saturday night I would have already broke their film down, and then I would have broke down the next team of what we're about to do for the next week. And so when we give them the install Sunday morning for what we're doing for the week. But Saturdays, as long as I'm able to, because I really feel like you need to spend an hour with your offensive line looking at film from the week before. Like they need to understand, and you need to understand why they're doing stuff. Because I think a lot of the times when I grade film on my guys, like I don't know how you grade your O line, but like I literally go through. Let's see if I have. Oh, I think I took them out. But I literally go through and I watch every single play, I think 10 times. And I watch each position twice. And I grade about like technique, uh, play, and pass. Um, and like, so when we sit down and watch it together, you can ask them like, man, here's why I graded you this. Like, what did you do? What did you see? And he's like, well, man, that guy was kind of inside of me a little bit. I couldn't see it. All right, let's work on that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, really getting that connection of them understanding and seeing it the same. When you can get your offensive line to see what you're seeing and you can help them make the in-game adjustments, that's what, like, when I look at film, I was looking at film and I like when I grade my guys, like, I was looking at my left guard who started playing halfway into the year. And I noticed 2 weeks into him playing, he was really bad at pulls. And so we sat down and I looked at the film and I said, man, if I don't do anything else, I'm gonna get this dude good at pools. And you've seen him every week get really, really good at pools. Because what was happening was our fullback or back wasn't moving quick enough when we ran buck sweep. So he could never get out. So he would try to cheat and be in a bad stance, trying to hurry up and run out, but he still would never get there because he wasn't balanced. And so tailoring him to be that way. So yeah, man, Zoom studies are a good way to do it.
Nice, Coach Billy. I'm assuming it's laser because there's no A in there, so LZER. But holla at us, Coach. Like you just say, Coach. So introduce yourself. Where you coach at? Holla at us. I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna show a screen. Not huge on screens, guys. I like screens, but I haven't like put videos out, so I kind of want to talk about this one real quick. Something I want to do. So it's a little. We go if we're on the hash, releasing the tackle straight to the corner. Right?
Is this Just Play?
Do what?
What app is this from? Just Play?
No, this is Huddle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we'll release the tackle now to go to the corner, right? And we've drilled this before. And when you send that tackle to the corner and he just pancakes him or he runs around, it's great. But so he'll release now, not take a down step or anything like that. Go now. The guard will fake zone away or just a down block for 2 steps, and he'll get back out for the play side linebacker. Same thing for the center and the backside guards, the rat killers. He'll come and retrace. Will fake the running back away to get these linebackers moving. And this is just a bubble. They don't mean nothing. They're just doing that. Especially if he comes down and they go here, it's perfect. But and then the play side tackle, the backside tackle is just going to pass that, right? And then we'll throw the tunnel to the receiver coming inside, and we'll get back up the hash, or we'll cut it across like that, like that. So that's a little screen, a little one-man screen, but the tackle going to that corner is huge, and trust me, it's a lot of fun. The guys love it. Let's see. That's perfect. I'm extremely detail-oriented, and I'm working. We're going to try and find that balance of how much to give the kids. Had a good group my last school. Yeah. There was no such thing as too much. So yeah. It's hard.
So I think even still with the good group, man, there's always a such thing as too much. Like, I don't know Tatum, but there's always a such thing as too much, man, because really, really, really making simple shit like as simple as could be. Making simple. Like, I think that's where, like detail oriented. Man, be as detail oriented as you want now. Like the off season is when you're detailed. Like for right now, like tomorrow at 11 a.m., I'm getting my offensive lineman. We're all getting together for 2 hours. That's when the details happen. Like I am breaking down every small part of what I expect. Spring camp, breaking down every single part of what I expect. Summer camp, breaking down every single part until July. July comes, we're playing football. Y'all should know what the standard is, and we should know what to do. And then once August comes, I'm even dialing it down. That first week of camp, we're probably installing a little bit more. But then, bro, it's time to go. Like, I'm making it simple. Like, for instance, like, I know when I was at a place, we would say, like, sprint right, 800. Bro, just say sprint right or 800. What the fuck are we communicating all this sprint right 800 for? That's double negatives. Like, what are we doing? Just sprint right, sprint left. Oh, 800 means this. Bro, you're just going, let's make this as quick as can be. Like, whatever it looks like, let's make it quick. When guys got to think, like, that's where, in Tatum, we talk about this all the time. Like, people think firing off your stance is because you're quick off the ball. It's not really that. It's because you know where the fuck you're going. When you get in your car, if you don't know where you're going, you're not just going to drive, listen to music, just cruising, doing whatever you want. You're going to be looking around, turn the music down, right? Like when you hit a pothole, what's the first thing you do? Turn your radio down. You know what I'm saying? You be like, oh shit, like man, let me turn my music down. Why? Because you're focused on the music. You ain't focused on driving. You know what I mean? It's the same thing with offensive line because they're still kids, right? Like if you're in college, force feed, and if you can't catch up, oh well. In high school, man, we gotta make sure because even though they're responding, you gotta understand they're probably only responding because you're their coach, and but sometimes, man, they're scared to say it's too much. They don't know what too much looks like. But you don't realize they might be going home frustrated, like not doing homework because they're trying to study the playbook. And that's where you start to get guys confused.
Yeah, for me, coach, we got 4 runs, 3 pass pro, like 3 screens. Like that's 10. That's 10 things, right? And then we can make that as multiple as we want, but easy little same as tweaks, right? So I try to keep it as simple as I can up front. Um, so yeah, like if if you guys can handle it, cool. But like Coach said, sometimes you don't need to, right? You don't need to do too much. Like the kids will tell you, you're doing too much, Coach. Like you really don't need to be doing too much. Um, but only you can dictate that, right? Um, Coach Meyer, what are your steps for the backside guard on the screen? So the backside guard, one's going to be the rat killer. He's going to pass set twice, right? So he's going to pass set, and then he is retracing. So he is straight up reach blocking to the left to where all the guys were, and he's literally setting up like a guy, like he's defending somebody in basketball, and he's literally shuffling to see whoever he can hit, right? It's don't coach the rat killer up too much. Like pass that and go retrace and pick up the trash. It ain't if we're having to block a lot of guys on the retrace, we don't need to be running the screen. Like we screwed. So our R&D drills get shorter in time as we go through the year. By July and August, the details are already in. Spring practice has the longest ND periods. Was the same when I coached high school. You need to because that's what spring ball is about. Spring ball is about teaching. It's about teaching how you want things done. It's about establishing expectations and culture. So you might have to take a little longer. Um, my everyday drills during spring ball and during summer, that's my time to teach my everyday drills. Because during camp and during the season, I don't have to be like, all right, guys, we're doing this drill now, and we do this on this drill. No, the guys should be able to set up and do the drill without me to say anything. If I say on the line, they know it's a pass set drill, and I'm ready to go. If I say sets and starts on the board, they know for the board, the board's sure to be out. They can, all 5 of them line up on the board and work on stance. And we're doing down blocks. I work on zone steps just so they can walk left and right, and we duck walk. If we're going under the chute, same thing. Go get on the chute. If we're doing our sled drills, they know get on the sled. We're doing this many drills, right? Don't have to teach that stuff during the season. Teach it so the kids know it during the spring and the summer. How do you teach your drills, coach, during the spring and summer?
I'm very consistent throughout the year. It doesn't really change.
Yeah.
Like I just said, like Saturday tomorrow, we're getting together at 11, and like I already so I stress the importance of our communication. So like I told him like, hey, if for some reason I'm not there, y'all should already do the warm up. The first 10 minutes of Indy should already be done by my center. Like if my center isn't doing, if he can't say, hey bro, let's go, we're in the shoots, and then we're doing the drills, and then we're doing the. If you don't know the start, then you're not even the captain. Like the center is the most important part. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, my drills are very consistent, man. Very the same. Um, Mondays are always different. The only thing that stays the same about Monday is the everyday, like the stance and starts and the board. Mondays are more dependent on the scheme, depending on what we're going to do that week. It's the only day it really changes. And then Tuesday, like OND, like blitz pickup, but there's always a blitz pickup, so I don't really have to go through, you know, pass or run. It normally stays the same. I think my daughter just got out.
Uh-oh.
Um, but who's the so I hate hearing when people are just like, oh, the center's not. We put the weakest guy at center. Like, bro, I'm putting my weaker guy at tackle. Like, for me, like if I have a dog, if I have the dogs up front, like I think your center and guards need to be strong. Like, if you have a weaker guard, okay, but like your center has to be a guy. Like he has to mentally be smart enough for the guards, but then he also has to be physically capable to back block, down block, reach block, man on man, base block. You know what I mean? He has to be very, very balanced and understanding of what the scheme is. How do you feel about it? Like, where's your weak link going?
Um, Honestly, my weak link is probably going to be my right guard, just because I'm right-handed, so I like to run to the right side more often than not. So if I'm running gap schemes against even front teams,
Down block,
he's always gonna be down blocking. He's always gonna be usually double teaming with the tackle, right?
or
So
he's
I
kick.
can or he's kicking, yeah. So I can always kind of hide him there, right? Um, tackles tackles kind of gotta be a guy, especially an odd front when we arc our tackles. You gotta be able to play in space, like you gotta be able to block overhang linebackers and stuff. So usually got to be better. But center, like you got to be smart. You got to be able to communicate the front. You got to be able to communicate who the mic is. Make sure we're sliding the right way. Like you got to make sure you're getting the calls in. Like you have to be smart. Like I've had smart centers. Haven't always had the best centers. Like there's my best lineman, which I don't think you necessarily have to have the best lineman there, but you have to have somebody that's competent, but they have to be smart. Um, because I had a center that had no knees. Like he had a torn ACL in one, never got surgery, and then he had one that would buckle on him all the time. But he was quick, and he could always block back on a 3 technique or a 1 technique if I need him to. So it worked. But yeah, I would rather hide guys at guard because on the front side of gap scheme, he's blocking down. On the back side, he's got a pull, which we'll work pulls. Like I like pull drills. We'll make sure that we're trapping. We'll make sure that we're skid pulling. Like I can help him get through that. But or the backside tackle. I mean, say left tackle, right? Because not necessarily that big of a passing team. So the backside tackle on most gap schemes go pick and hinge. All right, we'll block the end, block down, pick and hinge. So let me draw. I'm drawing up a play action play for coach because he asked. Um, let me see. No, that's too much. Let's see.
Mommy
No,
llamas.
why is this messing up? We'll see. Um, Sorry, guys. I'm drawing this up real quick. All right. My defense set up. Cool. All right. Let me. So, Coach asked, "What's your favorite play action plays that aren't RPOs?" And I love this question because a lot of times guys are like, "Oh, this is an RPO." Like, no. So what we do is we run a lot of power, right? So we'll fake power read up front, or fake power, excuse me. We'll pull the guard to trap the end, right? Put the tight end on the line, little trade formation. They're just running smash over here. I just put whatever. You're not really trying to throw it to them. You're trying to go front side. So have the tight end go to the linebacker like he's going to block him, like on power, right? He's blocking down. We're going to run power read outside. Read this guy. So the linebackers are getting used to having tight end in their face, trying to block them. So they're trying to get around him to play power read. Then you slip him right across and run wide cross. Okay, it worked really well for us. Or you can just throw the go. Right, this is a shot play, throw it deep, that kind of stuff. Especially if they go one high and he comes down here and they go here, throw it to the Y across. Go under the first, over the second, this area out here, right? If you don't want to take the corner to the party, okay, put him on a hitch. If I can draw. Hitch. Okay. Corner sees the hitch, he stays down. I can't draw. He stays down, wide open grass. Okay, if he goes with him, okay, take a shot. Okay, that's one of my favorite shot plays. Um,
Hey, I'm a bootleg fullback out the backside all day of the week type of guy.
yeah,
But my daughter's up, so
no problem.
that's enough time for me. You got one last thing for me, or
Not really. I'm probably gonna wrap it up in a little bit.
oh yeah, no, my daughter's up, so it's time for me to go.
I hear you. I appreciate you joining, Coach.
Absolutely.
Be easy. All right. Yeah, I'm not going to. Let me 7 guys left on here, guys. I know y'all probably going to sleep. I probably should be, but my wife's not here. So I'm just chilling. My dog's over here asleep on the couch. So let's see. Coach, my guys should be able to start drills without me by the end of spring ball. Pre-practice drills should be able to done without me there. I agree. My center is the best player. I really want him to be the best leader. Yeah, no doubt about that. Guys, don't be shy. I mean, if y'all want, I will stay on and talk ball until y'all get done. Until y'all don't want to talk ball anymore. That is what I am here for. If you have not already, make sure you subscribe. Right, we were at 619. I don't like odd numbers, right? So if we get to 620, that'd be great. Got to bounce, but enjoyed it, Coach. Do it again soon, 100%. I want to do more live streams, man. I want to do more live streams. I'm still going to have my videos and stuff coming out, but I want to do more live streams. I love the interaction. I love the live interaction, man. This video will be live. We'll go live after this, so if people want to watch the replay, they can. But yeah, Coach, I appreciate you. We need to get together. Because like I said, I joke about the Forsyth County stuff, but I don't give a crap. Let's holler at me. Because we're both coming into the county together. Because this is my first year too. We're at 620. Y'all are the best. 620 subscribers. My new video today has 206 views, which is huge. I didn't know I was going to even post that today, to be honest with you. Thank you, Coach, for sharing your knowledge. See you in the next one. Heck yeah, Omar. I appreciate you, Coach. Appreciate you. I'm still rocking and rolling. It's 11:16 here in North Carolina. I don't know if any of the Texas guys are still here, but it's like what, 12, like 10 for y'all. So, I'm still hanging out till y'all don't want to hang out anymore. But you gotta keep it interactive. Mm-hmm. Coach Meyer, I appreciate you, big dog. You've been pretty interactive and commenting stuff, so I appreciate you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, if anybody wants to come on and be co-host, holler at me. For the 7 guys that are still hanging out, comment below what is your favorite video of mine, so I can kind of gauge what kind of videos to do. Because I can talk about anything. Most of it's secondhand information anyway. On my way back from spring break in Florida, Coach, but I'll definitely take you up on that offer. You made this drive more enjoyable. Heck yeah, Coach. Be safe driving. I don't know if you're driving or not. Don't be watching and texting and driving, but yeah, I appreciate you hanging out. Just here to listen and take it all in so I can get my foot in the door. Foot in the door where, Coach? Where are you at in the country? Because maybe I don't know if I can help, but maybe we can try and get you somewhere. If you're trying to coach by getting your foot in the door, if we can help you do that, I'd love to try and help. Where you at? Yeah, but Coach Van Horn, I appreciate you, big dog. Have you made it back yet to South Carolina? It's a long drive. My in-laws just flew down to Tampa because they're going on a cruise tomorrow morning. So they just flew down there today. Where'd you go in Florida? Omaha area. Okay. Be headed to Nebraska at the end of the summer. Okay. Omaha. My parents lived in Omaha in the early 90s. Yeah, I'm not big on Nebraska. Like, I don't know many Nebraska coaches. Just got back to Hickory 5 minutes ago. Awesome, coach. Well, I appreciate you being safe. I appreciate you coming on and hanging out. Let's see. I'm just scrolling up to the top. Let's see. Dustin Beach this week was down in Gainesville for Florida coaches clinic. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, we went to State's mega clinic, and then went to Carolina to their spring practice. I think next year we're going to go to Clemson. I know some guys went to Georgia, but yeah, that's awesome. Florida's coaches clinic. Is the dart concept basically power, but the tackle is pulling? Not really. I can draw it up real quick. Let me present. I can draw up dart. Let me delete all this stuff real quick. Just put him over here. It doesn't matter where these guys are. Dart is a big 10 personnel type play. Okay, so we'll block the front. So do that. So we'll go like to the left, dart to the left. So we'll block man on. Okay, we will block here. Okay, block here to there. Block back. Okay, and we'll pull around through the open B gap. That looks like crap. Okay, for him, and then we'll run dart. And we'll read it. So we'll put him on this side. Okay, so he will go here. Okay, he'll go there, and then the quarterback will read the backside in. Okay, so that's dart as I know it, right? So the difference is we have man blocks right here. Okay, the guard's not pulling. We don't have a tight end or H-back kicking out the front side. Okay, say you wanted to go block it the other way. Okay, the other, like this front. So we would go man on. So we'll go here. Okay. I don't know why it's doing that. And then we'll block him to the backside. And then we'll pull through the A gap right there. Okay. And then we'll go boom. And we'll read the tackle's block. If he kicks him out, hit it in. He takes him in, cut it out. Right. So you can see it kind of like power, but we just call it dart because the backside tackle's pulling, right? Great question, though. Great question. Yeah, we put that one. Oh, nice. That's awesome. Yeah. Tackle ISO, great versus defensive front that like to slant. Yeah. No doubt. I'm a big ISO guy, but ISO with the H-back. Or if you're a fullback type team, if you're a pistol, put the H-back next to the quarterback, or a fullback type deal, and block on straight up through the gap for the isolated linebacker. I like that too. Great question, Coach K. Appreciate it. I don't mind drawing up stuff. But guys, y'all have been awesome hanging out. I think I'm probably gonna wrap it up at 11:30. Unless the dialogue is rolling on. Yeah, but I need co-hosts, man. I need co-hosts. I don't like being there by myself. If anything, just to get to know you guys, right? What to do it next time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, that's the last 5 minutes. Kind of just chilling. You've answered the questions I've been researching and asked the coach for the last couple of years. Thank you. Coach, hit me up, right? Hit me up. If you have questions, like I said, I don't want to come off. I 100% do not want to come off as this cocky guy that knows everything, because I do not. I do not know everything. But I've learned a lot from people that do know everything, and I've been blessed. So what I want to be able to do is share the knowledge that's been shared with me. And if I don't know, I'm going to point you in the right direction. Kind of like when Coach asked about wide zone, outside zone, I'm not a zone guy. I'm an inside zone. I can teach inside zone because we did an inside zone a good amount. But I'm not a big inside zone guy. I just run ISO. But I can teach inside zone and the variations because there's a lot. But outside zone, we didn't run it at all. Or wide zone. But I can give you guys to go look at. I have a video on my channel of Coach CJ Kane. He talks about wide zone. Coach Caduti on Twitter, YouTube. Great resource. Go check him out. So I'll give you places to go look. But if you have questions, holler at me, right? I'm out for tonight, but this was great. Would love to co-host with you sometime, learn some stuff tonight. Coach, holler at me. Come holler at me. And we'll get you on. We'll talk. I want to give guys a platform to talk too. That's why I didn't really plug my clinic. But guys, the three guys are still on here. If you're not coming to my OC clinic on the 15th, which is not this Saturday, obviously, it's the next Saturday. You do not have to be an offensive coordinator to come. You just have to be willing to learn, right, to come. Doesn't cost you a thing, just your time. It'll be 8 o'clock a.m. to 6 p.m. Not doing another 12-hour one because my wife is in town. I'm not trying to be divorced. So we're doing it 8 to 6, which is still a long clinic. Come hang out with us. We've got a great lineup. I'm not releasing the lineup just yet because I still have 3 sessions to not nail down. We've got some great coaches coming to talk to us. But yeah, I appreciate everybody coming on. And I'm going to keep rolling as long as people want to keep talking. I ain't got nothing else to do tonight. But I know people are tired and going to bed probably. So there's 4 of you watching, but there ain't 4 people commenting. That's the problem. So I need 4 people to comment. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do so. Guys, I'm 15 followers from 4,000. Crazy. I think I went over 3,000 like at the beginning of the year when I started my YouTube. Awesome, Coach. I just got your DM, Coach Nelson. I appreciate you. Cool. Let's see. Coach Eric Hockman. I don't know if he's on here right now. Coach Hockman, are you on here right now? Holla at me and I'll follow you back. But yeah. Now I'm 14 away. Like I was trying to say earlier, guys, I'm not big on the followers and stuff. It's big, but 100% reason why I do this stuff is for recruiting, right? Trying to get my followers up, trying to get who I follow, stuff like that up for my kids, right? Trying to make connections for my kids. You never know who knows who. Now I can try and get my guys to the next level. So, with that, I got 2 guys, 1 guy now. Appreciate everybody hollering at me. Everybody sticking out through the last 2 hours. I loved every minute of it. I hope you learned something. If not, come back next time and maybe learn something a little different. Watch the replay if you just got here late. Watch the replay. Unless somebody comments in the next 20 seconds, I'm gonna cut the stream off. But I appreciate everybody staying and hollering at me. Appreciate Coach Brown coming on and talking to me as well. Be my co-host. All right, guys, y'all be easy. All love.